in the case of like a situation like last night, and we'll jump to that, Paolo versus Jabari, like you are at the mercy of your guards in Summer League. And it's where it shows up. And this is the difference with Paolo, and it is the difference with Chet that is different than Jabari. And this is why some people, were a little harder on Jabari or not maybe as high on Jabari, because Jabari is not a guy that brings a ball up the court or you just throw it to and he goes and gets a bucket. And in many cases, you would see Chet Holmgren with the ball, maybe an entire possession, or certainly after one pass, he's got the ball. And Jabari is more of a create for me than I'm going to go and create for myself, whereas Chet and Paolo. And so I'm making excuses for him because I'm a huge Jabari Smith fan, but I've seen this a lot with guys that have come into Summer League and are the big. It's not a great place to be a big guy unless you've got guards that are like the pass first types that are trying to feed you and trying to get you in good positions to score. It's not unlike what he dealt with at Auburn.
Well,
frankly.
Or if you're a big who can handle, though. Because that was the difference we saw last night between Jabari Smith and Paolo Banchero.
Right.
Banchero was running dribble handoff actions. They had him on the post facilitating. He drew a double team. I remember this pass he had in the second half. I think it was the first play of the second half. Ball gets kicked out to him behind the line. He immediately darts the ball to a cutter inside, and it's just like, oh, that's the benefit of having a guy who's 6'10", 250 pounds, and can handle the ball and create for others. Whereas Jabari Smith, the big question with him is like, okay, we know he can shoot, we know he can defend, we know he accepts his role, we know he works hard, but can this guy handle the ball? I didn't feel like we saw anything new from him in last night's game, and that's not a concern. He's just his first Summer League game. He's just a kid.
And he's playing with gunners.
Exactly.
He's playing with gunners, right?
The circumstances and all that are work against him, but it would have been really sweet to see him be able to attack the basket, finish effectively at the rim with consistency, and we didn't get to see that.
Well, and I think what you want is you want him treated like Chet, like Paolo, in terms of not necessarily like those guys are able to, you can just run the offense through them when you come down, but like, hey, we're going to make this guy a focal point of the offense, and we're going to try to give him 15, 20 shots tonight. That ain't happening if you're out. But I'm saying it's not going to happen if you're out there with Josh Christopher. It's not going to happen if you're out there with, right? Like those other teams, they are trying to feature. These teams decide who they're going to feature, right? They get the ball in their hands. And again, you've got to decide, all right, here's the pecking order of this team, and here's a guy that we want to get involved and in the mix a lot because he is a guy that you're creating for him, not the other way around. He's not creating for himself, and he's not necessarily creating for others. And so that's going to be a wait and see, but it's not an easy situation to be in. On the other side, you got to feel like the Orlando fans. Like, bro, get off the bridge.
Yeah,
you're fine.
No kidding. You're okay. It's all right.
This guy's going to put up some serious numbers. This is not an overreaction to one Summer League game. This is child's play for him, honestly, in Summer League.
He looks huge out there.
You see it.
Were you you weren't at the gym for that one?
I wasn't at the gym, no.
Yeah.
But I told you a couple weeks ago when I was with them in Memphis, and I sent you that picture of him and my son.
Yeah.
My son's in 6th grade. My son came up to like his crotch. The kid is huge. He's huge. He is a mammoth of a man. Like, it's crazy. When I was around this hotel earlier today, I've run into Scotty Barnes 10 times already. All right. And Scotty Barnes is a big kid.
Yeah, he's huge too.
Right?
Yeah.
The big kid. He ain't Paolo big. He's not. Paolo is like one of those, when you roll up on him, you're like, damn,